You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, here with Jeff and Ken, and you just got back from sunny California.
Sunny California.
Are you depressed now that it was snowing and like -5 today?
I knew what to expect.
It was still a rude awakening. I wasn't upset, but...
Actually, today is just below freezing, so it's not too bad. I noticed more birds were chirping this morning instead of going...
Right. And God. I know you've been like knitting sort of nipple covers too, because your nipples get really, really cold.
That's my problem?
Yeah.
Not your problem.
My nipples are always cold regardless.
Don't deflect onto me.
No, I'm always cold. As you know, we always wear long johns together. Not today, though, because I can see your skin.
I am wearing long johns.
Below?
Below.
Oh, okay. Normally I wear both.
Just not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, Ken and
Actually, my visual jokes don't work. Why is that?
It's a podcast.
No. Why don't the visual gags work today?
Oh, well, today.
Of all days.
Yes, of all days. Well, you just heard Matt's voice. And Matt isn't in studio today. He didn't move back to LA, so he's not coming to us from Skype or anything like that. But he is running a special game today. I'm going to introduce him and who's helping him today, one of our great patrons, a Savage Superstar on Patreon, Jane Carmichael. So let's introduce Matt and Jane. How are you guys doing today?
Good. We're doing just fine, as long as the technical things hold up and our laptop doesn't explode.
So what's going on today? Like what's happening in the background here?
In the background, this game is actually being played live via Twitch and Triv now. So we were posting about it in the crop all week. We're going to try this out and see how it works. And if it's successful and you guys really like it, we're going to try to do monthly live games that you guys can play along with us.
That's great. And this is, like you said, it's the first time we're doing this. We'll see how it works. But it's using the Triv Now app, and people are going to be playing on their phones. Is that right, Matt, against us?
Yes, you guys are now competing against 24 teams who are playing live. No, 25. So
wow.
Your odds of winning went way down.
Since it was 7 earlier. It was 7 teams earlier, and now it's not looking so good.
An explosion of teams.
That's awesome. And the people at home playing on their computers and their car, commuting, working out, whatever. You're just listening to a normal episode, but everyone on Triv Now who's playing right now is doing it live. So it's just something new we're trying. And Jeff, Ken, and myself, we're going to do a 3-for-all today. So we're just going to play solo like our old games, like the first 20 episodes.
A threesome.
Yeah, exactly. You said it. I didn't.
No, a 3-for-all. We're all separate.
Triviality threesome.
How about the search engine returns for that one in our SEO? So we're excited to play each other, but I guess we need to hear the rules to figure out how to play the game. And Matt, you tracked down someone for months in order to get a special rules read. Do you want to tease that, or you just want to play it?
Not me. I would say it was my lovely girlfriend Jane, who we did not introduce, who is also here.
Hello.
Very, very rude hosting by Neal.
He did.
I did introduce you both.
Oh, well, that was me not paying attention.
That's bad boyfriend, not bad host.
Bad
fair.
Babysitting.
Well, this special guest read of the rules is by somebody who I think Ken is going to be really excited to hear when he's doing the editing. Yes, so 100%. I said it wasn't Springsteen, Madonna, anyone from Nirvana. I believe it's the bass player from Bowling for Soup. So let's cue that up.
Hey, everybody out there in Triviality Land. It's Chris. I'm in Bowling for Soup. I'm here to explain the rules of the game. Yeah, so anyway, the rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. That's right, 10. So, 10. At halftime, there will be a special swing round designed by this week's host, who I don't know who the host is. It's not me. I'm just here to explain the rules. Don't yell at me. Anyway, after regulations, player will enter the final round with the points that they have accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. And at the end of the game, someone will be named cream of the crop. That's right. Cream of the crop. Rise to the top. Never eat the pig because the pig is a cop. Or better yet, a Terminator. You know that song. So now get up and jump around. You're playing trivia, damn it. Let's do this.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
I believe that's a guitar player for Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, he plays a stringed instrument.
He plays a stringed instrument.
Is he the one that flicks the guitar picks?
He's the one who flicks the guitar picks, yeah.
Okay, because I've seen him live, I think once or twice, but he seemed that way.
Yeah, so of the Triviality people, who do you think has actually met Bowling for Soup in person? That's right. It's Ken.
Oh, you met them in person?
Yeah, they were at JBTV. I shot Bowling for Soup.
With what kind of weapon?
No, not like that. with a HD camera.
It seems like they were nice. Maybe they
and
remembered you.
I think actually I was right down on the floor getting the close-ups of that guy. So maybe we can have him on the show, and I can explain that I don't dislike them.
Right.
In fact, I like them. It's just disproportionate trivia.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And Jane, you helped put this game together today. Any advice for the people playing on their apps or at home before we get going? Because we're a little nervous to see if we can actually beat anyone.
I would say that the questions that Matt contributed are very characteristically Matt, so look out for those clues that may help you along with the answer.
Goody.
All right.
And this is a special Valentine's Day game. Valentine's Day. Yes, Valentine's Day is next week. Or probably in the past if you're listening to this. So that's another reason why it makes sense to stream and pay attention to what we're doing. You guys ready to play the game?
I'm ready to be hurt again.
A typical Valentine's Day for us all. Let's go for it.
Sounds sweet.
Question 1. According to dating site Zeus, there are 3 kinds of love in your life: agape, eros, and this brotherly type, which may remind you of a certain U.S. city.
I think I know.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'll talk out loud. Brotherly type makes me think of Philadelphia, agape, eros, agave, and acai.
I don't think that's what it says.
Now into berries.
So Philly, maybe it's, which may remind you of certain yes, in this brotherly type. Yeah, I guess I'll just put Philly. I don't think that's right, but whatever. I'll start off on a wrong note. That's what I'm locking in with.
I think he's close. I said filial.
Yeah, I said filial.
That is correct. Filio or philos? Is that what it is? I'm really close to that.
But we'll take all Philly-related references here.
Oh, look at that.
You're accepting that from Neal?
Sure, yeah.
How about Fidelio?
Neal can fizzle love
Fidelio
tonight.
is probably...
As some of you may know, I've dabbled in the philosophy. Philia, Sophia, is the love of wisdom.
Great.
In Greek.
All right, we're going to go on to question 2. Speaking of Eros, to whom was this Greek god married? She was so pretty that even Aphrodite was jealous. I guess she got really into his head.
I'm getting it halfway here. I have been playing Hades. I don't think it's helping. The Greek god got into his head, is what you said.
That is the clue.
What are you guys thinking? Are you a little lost?
I'm a little lost. I know the references, but I keep thinking Helen of Troy, but that's not a god. And I think I know who it is. I can't pull the name.
I know who Eros is, so that's half the battle.
I guess she really got into his head.
Kylie Minogue?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. I can't pull this one.
So you give up?
We're all giving up. I'm saying Persephone, which is wrong.
That makes
She's married to Hades, but
that makes me think of Hades Town. Yeah, I just I know that this isn't the right answer, but it is a god who is very powerful and smart, and I said Athena.
Yeah, I also just guessed Athena because I had no better guess.
Yeah, Athena is a very popular wrong answer, but the correct answer was Psyche.
Yes.
Getting into his head.
Good
What a clue.
Good clue.
Good clue.
I didn't know Psyche was that beautiful, like in lore.
Oh, very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
It was a show Matt and I enjoy that was on USA Network for a long time.
Yeah.
Psyche?
Yeah.
This next question is something that I'm hoping that Neil's got a little bit of an inroad in here. It's a movie question. So question 3. This 1989 movie stars the same trio from the 1984 movie Romancing the Stone and was adapted from a 1981 novel by Warren Adler.
Okay.
It's funny. I just saw.
I can lock in.
I just saw some trivia about Romancing the Stone the other day, and I can't remember any of it. All I could remember is, this is where they got the name for that episode of Rick and Morty from.
Yeah. Are you going with the sequel?
No, I'm not going with the sequel.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go with the sequel.
Romancing the Stone, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with the sequel, so I'm locked in.
Are you locked in, Jeff?
Oh, I don't know this at all.
Okay, so
I'm terrible with movies.
Romancing the Stone, Robert Zemeckis directed it. It's Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, and Danny DeVito. Michael Douglas's famous roommate. They're best friends. This movie, I always mistake for the actual war because I know nothing about the war that it's named after, but I know the movie, and the movie is the War of the Roses. Is my guess.
Oh, I said the Jewel of the Nile, which is the sequel. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Jeff says nothing.
The answer is The War of the Roses.
Good job, Neil.
Thank you. I still don't know what that war is about.
Just watch Game of Thrones, Neil.
Oh, it's Diana Rigg. Is that the War of the Rose there?
Yeah.
It's about dragons? I don't understand.
No, a lot of Game of Thrones was inspired by some of the historical aspects of the War of the Roses.
Moving on to question 4.
Oh, you want me to read this?
I want you to read this one. We're doing this together.
Come on down.
All right. Well, this wouldn't be a Valentine's Day inspired game if we didn't talk about candy hearts. Conversation hearts, love them or hate them, have been a staple from the New England Confectioner Company since the 1800s. Its founder, Oliver Chase, accidentally created America's first candy-making machine when he switched to hearts from what other drugstore staple?
He was mixing in the bone meal and the sugar.
The chalk.
Yeah. The drugstore staple. All right. I don't know if you mean like pills or something, but I have a guess. I think pills is too general.
Yeah, where my head is at, like first I thought Pez, but I don't think
maybe.
that's a drugstore staple. And it makes me also think of like, what do you call it? Like indigestion tablets or whatever, like a Tums or something or a Gaviscon. I don't think that's also a drugstore staple. So I'm just going
to... This tells a lot about Neil.
Yeah, right.
He goes right to the Tums.
Right to the Tums. I'm going to say drugstore staple, Tic Tacs, which is not a drugstore staple, but
I don't take aspirin, but when I see it, like in a movie, it kind of reminds me of candy hearts. So
yeah,
I'm gonna say aspirin.
I think maybe it was stamping out aspirin.
So unfortunately, it is not aspirin. We would have accepted lozenges or cough drops.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
But we can all agree that candy hearts are gross.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Anybody in the chat like them?
I like some
They're
flavors.
socially aloof.
I do.
Socially aloof loves
They're
them.
not anywhere near as bad as Necco wafers. So.
Oh, Necco, yeah.
As long as Necco wafers exist, candy hearts to me are passable.
All right, moving on to question 5.
Jewelry is an ever-popular gift to exchange on Valentine's Day. Revenue of the world's largest jewelry company, LVMH Group, amounted to $54.5 billion in 2020. But the LVMH Group is not one company, it's two. Which two companies, which merged in 1987, comprise this organization?
Okay, I'm locked in because this is not my...
You're not a big jewelry buyer?
This is not, no. Nobody to buy jewelry for, really. I did get one of those diamond-encrusted Furbies, though, from Uncut Gems. For myself. This is a little gift.
It's two companies. Okay, 1987. It just makes me think of like De Beers and.
Yeah, I was pretty sure De Beers was the largest diamond company
Yeah.
in the world.
I can't think of that other one.
Think of another one.
The other one that's in the mall. I haven't been to the mall in so long because of the pandemic. I cannot remember storefronts.
The one that every kiss begins with?
Right.
Jared.
I said K and Jared.
Did you? Yeah. I was thinking, I'm thinking of De Beers, Jay, Jared. I also want to think of Tiffany, but I feel like they don't need to be partnered with anyone. They're so big. Yeah, you know what? I'll just lock in. I'm going to go De Beers and Jared.
Yeah, I don't really know. My guess was going to be along the lines of actual like companies that make fine jewelry. So I was thinking of like Cartier and other, makers. So I guess Louis Vuitton Metal Holdings.
Well, unfortunately, you're not getting half points for half credit. It is Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
A lot of people really close. I think Louis Vuitton was very popular, but the M and the H was a little tricky for people.
Moet Hennessy, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I got 20. What about you guys?
I just got
10.
one question right, so I'm at 10.
So
at 10.
I don't
10,
think I'm
20.
winning today.
So I have 20, and then Jeff and Ken have 10.
All right. Well, let's hope for some more points in the second half of this round. Next question is going to be a sports question because I'm in charge and I can ask sports questions. So question 6. 2 NBA players with Valentine-themed names, Love and Rose, and one more with a name that I love, OJ Mayo, were all drafted in which year?
Are you locked in, Jeff?
Yep, I have a guess. So
I think it's between 2008 and 2011, and I could be off. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm gonna say that means he would have been in the league for over 10 years. He's a veteran now. I'm gonna say 2009.
I went a little later because everything that I think always happened later than I thought it happened. So I said 13. But I was also playing with like 9, 10, 11. But I went 13 just because I always want to add a few years.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it might be a little bit further back than my guess, but I said 2010. So
Neal was the closest with 2009. It was actually 2008.
Wow.
Shucks.
I feel good. I was close though.
Yeah, you knew the decade. You're pretty close. All right, moving on to the next question. Which 1985 novel by Gabriel Garcia Marquez details the life of the romantically rejected Florentino who learns the hard way that unrequited love is as bad as the plague?
I've got this one, gentlemen.
Thank you to Jeff's pedantics on a previous episode, which I just edited. I have the answer.
Actually, I was thinking about a joke Ken made to me 2 years ago, which has stuck with me fondly.
Didn't someone comment that it was pedantry?
Yeah, we're being
pedants.
We're being obnoxious on purpose.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah,
I just got pedanted.
I know this because Kate Beckinsale wrote her number in the inside of this book, like I'll do for the winner of this game, and
for you
in Serendipity, and that would be Love in the Time of Cholera.
Yeah, I agree. Love in the Time of Cholera.
Love in the Time of Corona, I mean cholera.
Which is a joke Ken made to me 2 years ago.
And then there was a movie called that.
Yeah. Before the film came out.
Stole my bit.
I texted you immediately and I was like, where's your IP on this?
Everybody's stealing my bits.
We don't have enough for the stream, let alone for your jokes, so we need more.
Need more bits. I have it down to like 3 bits now. Actually, it's unfortunate for the stream, but fortunate for everybody else, and fortunate for everyone in the studio. You guys were all right, so
yay!
Points all around. All right, next question. Speaking of diseases, one of the most popular reality love TV franchises is The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette.
Welcome, y'all. Come get a
Welcome
rose.
to The Bachelorette down south.
Alabama edition.
You guys are rude. We're leaving all that in. Beginning in 2002.
I got my famous picnic dress all for you.
The Sadie Hawkins Bachelorette. Beginning in 2002, there have been 42 seasons between the two shows. Within 2 and out of the 42 seasons, how many Bachelor Nation couples are still together? How many of these couples has love conquered all?
Hi, my name's Mint Julep. I love walks on the beach and infidelity.
Mint Julep is the name you went with?
Yeah.
Sounds like a southern stripper.
It might very well be. I'm locked in over here.
Yeah, I'm locked in too. Looks like I went a little higher than Jeff did, though. What'd you go with?
I went with 6.
I went with 8.
I went with 3 because
See,
those shows are terrible.
I believe that Love Conquers All, and 8 of those couples are still together.
You believe that love conquers all 1/5 of the time.
Yeah, right. And you guys are just bleak.
It's actually a lot closer to 1/3, and I think they have a better rate than you guys picking your own spouses, I imagine. The actual answer is 14.
Wow. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Love does conquer all.
The only way their marriages ended up working is they had to have a full-time camera crew with them.
They would just be so embarrassed at the public backlash at their
nobody really believes in The Bachelor as a matchmaking service. Everyone was picking 2 and 3, but you know what? They're doing pretty good, actually.
All right, pretty good.
All right, moving on to question 9. This flower is the state flower of the Peace Garden State and sounds like what an out-of-control Laura Ingalls Wilder would give out on The Bachelorette.
I have a guess.
I'm just going to combine all 3 clues.
So it's not the rose like they do give out on The Bachelorette, I'm assuming. State flower of the Peace Garden State. I don't know which state is the Peace Garden.
Well, the Garden State's New Jersey. Thank you, Zach Braff.
That's very helpful.
I don't know
Jeff.
what the Peace Garden State is, though.
Yeah, what's the difference between the Garden State and the Peace Garden State?
It's a different state.
There's fighting allowed in the garden. The
Laura,
garden has daily brawls.
Just like it's like Madison Square, right? They have bouts there from time to time.
In the alley. Peace Garden State. Or Laura Ingalls Wilder sounds so familiar. I'm just
famous gardener.
Yeah, famous gardener. Very wild.
Just trying to screw this man over.
I'm just gonna go with a movie that I like quite a bit, and I'm gonna say Magnolia.
All right.
I believe that's South Carolina.
I'm going to say The Wild Prairie Rose.
Yeah.
Because if she's out of control and she's living in a little house in the prairie.
You didn't go the Anne of Green Gables route?
No.
Yeah. I too said Prairie Rose, but just a guess.
I'm going to give points for Prairie Rose and Wild Rose, but Ken is the most correct. It is The Wild Prairie Rose.
I refuse to allow Jeff points for skipping one of your clues.
You know what's funny about
all the clues.
The Wild Prairie Rose? Not as long of a song as The Desert Rose by Sting. That song goes on for a long time.
Yeah.
Your favorite song.
That's right.
Jeff, if you have any integrity, you will not take points on this question.
And as we all know, I do not.
Very well. Take your points and know that if it's a tie, that I have bested you.
Why don't you wrestle for it?
We will. We only wrestle for fun, not for points.
That's fair. So we're going to end the first round with question 10. Valentine's Day is celebrated differently across the world, believe it or not. In Japan, Valentine's Day is celebrated typically by the women who gift men confectionaries, the quality of which indicates one's true feelings. Men return the favor a month later on their own holiday, known as what? Which sounds like it should be hosted on a beach by P. Diddy every year.
I've heard of this, but I can't remember the name of it.
I know the story. I just read about this too. I'm just trying to think of the P. Diddy Inn. That's my only inn.
I thought it was a Fire Festival joke, knowing Matt.
Yeah, the P. Diddy clue is actually throwing me off a bit because I don't understand that.
Oh, I'm so out of it. I'm gonna put the show is called All About the Benjamins.
Yeah, and I put Firefest Day.
I think it's got something to do with the color or lack of color, white. So I think it's like White Day or Shiro Day, because I think they give white chocolate.
Oh, that totally makes sense now. He throws white parties where everyone wears white. Oh, that's good.
Oh, you guys got to it together. It is White Day.
This is why we're better as a team, because then I could have, when you said white,
you could have
like,
just stole my answer.
Well, I could have been like, he throws white
we're better
parties.
as a team because I can steal your answers.
Okay, after the first round, it looks like scores are going to be Jeff with 30, also with 30, me, so we're tied over here, and in the lead right now, Ken with 40 points.
I'm trying to show the leaderboard, but I can't figure it out. So before, I'm just going to read some of the leaders right now. So no better social distancing than the Atlantic Ocean in first place with 80 points.
80?
Yeah, crushing it.
Jeez.
In second with 60 is I Choose You. Also tied with 60 is the Aardvark Maniacs. Coming in fourth right now is Blacklight Attack, Hip Hop or Hippo
Anonymous?
reference.
Oh.
You give her the easy ones. Hip obscure reference. I eventually got there. El Guapo.
Oh.
Master Peas. Answer Smash Burgers, all with 50. Tied for 9th place with 40 is Heart-Shaped Macabres. What is this? I can't read. There's no whatever. There's no I in team, but today there are 3. Too Tired for Creativity, and then in 12th is Have Mercy, I think, or something.
Have Merkin?
Amanda Hug and Kiss, the classic. Lavender Gooms, Mickey Lou, NFL Diversity Council. Oh boy. And Sam all with 30. With 20 is the Team Take a Pizza My Heart, which I love. BFF, Pavlov's Dog. My Beagle is Cuter Than Your Honor Roll Student. Legitimate Political Discourse, and Just Hanging Out. And that is the entire scoreboard.
What great names by everyone. Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, on today, the most romantic day of the year, we put our keys in the fishbowl and find out who we're swinging with.
Oh, I thought
with
that's
this swing round.
That's where we store them.
Oh. And today's swing round is going to be all about love ballads. I'm going to give you the year, a notable quote from the song, and you just got to tell me the song. I'm going to do 10 of those. They're going to be worth 5 points apiece. You guys ready?
Sure.
All right. Number 1, the year 1994. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug. That's the high and not the pill. Number 2, the year 1970. Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. Now I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Oh, baby, here I am. Number 3, the year 1984. This mountain I must climb feels like a world upon my shoulders. Through the clouds I see love shine, keeps me warm as life grows colder. Number 4, the year 1992. I hope life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you've dreamed of. Oh, that's not good. And I'm wishing you joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. Number 5, year 1977. I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes, and the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you. Number 6, year 1999. I don't know how you do what you do. I'm so in love with you. It just keeps getting better. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, by my side forever and ever. Number 7, year 2003. It's the way that you know what I thought I knew. It's the beat that my heart skips when I'm with you. But I still don't understand just how your love can do what no one else can. Number 8, the year 2011. How can I love when I'm afraid to fall, but watching you stand alone, all of my doubts suddenly goes away, somehow one step closer. Number 9, year 2015. I'm hurting, baby. I'm broken down. I need your loving. I need it now. Number 10, year 2010. You know, I never ask you to change. If perfect is what you're searching for, then just stay the same.
So let's take a break and try to figure these song lyrics out, and we'll be right back after a short break.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end,
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off buy rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin Marshall credit card bill.
And we are back from break. These were pretty challenging, but let's see how the other guys did and our at-home competitors.
All right. Question 1 was a song from 1994. I'm not going to redo that for you. What did you guys have?
That was Kiss by a Rose.
Yep. Kiss by or Kiss from? Kiss from a Rose? I said Seal.
I said, Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
It is Kiss from a Rose.
I'm giving myself points because this is literally the only one that I understood. So
you guys are, and that's even for earlier Jeff taking those points. So I think you guys are back to it. Question 2 from 1970. Now they're wondering where the love's still strong. Oh, baby, where am I? Or here I am. What'd you guys say?
I said, let's get it on.
I guessed fooled around and fell in love.
When I heard Here I Am, Baby, it made me think of Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Stevie Wonder.
It is Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Stevie Wonder. Points for Neal. Question 3. This mountain I must climb. Where are they climbing this mountain? What's the song?
I said Keep On Loving You by REO Speedwagon.
I said When a Man Loves a Woman.
This one I know well from the musical Rock of Ages. I believe it's Foreigner's I Want to Know What Love Is.
Well, of course, Neal's going to dominate this round. I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner.
Oh, gross.
Number 4, I hope life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you've dreamed of. What is this song?
It's got to be Heaven Isn't Too Far Away by Warrant.
See, I said Good Riddance by
Green Day.
Green Day, yeah.
This one, first concert I ever saw as a young child, I put I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
From The Bodyguard, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Did you really see Whitney Houston as a child?
That was my first concert.
Wow, that's a good one.
Number 5, I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes. What's that song?
I'm going to say that's Tangerine Speedo by Caviar.
See, I said Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton.
I said Cherry Pie by Warrant.
One of the greatest love ballads of all time.
The wedding song, Cherry Pie. This is actually Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton.
I believe the winners of Bachelorette Alabama did have cherry pie as their first dance at their wedding. So,
all right. So number 6 was from 1999. I don't know how you do what you do. I'm so in love with you. What is this song?
Let's say Warrant again.
I said Hit Me Baby One More Time, Britney Spears.
I danced to this one in 1999. I put Amazed
by Lone Star. Neal is correct again.
Oh my gosh.
Number 7 from 2003. It's the way that you know what I thought I knew. It's the beat that my heart skips when I'm with you. Beautiful lyrics. Who is that written by? What's the song?
That's I Knew I Loved You Before I Met You by Savage Garden.
Yeah, see, I just went Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer.
What is it, Neal? You know.
No, this one I couldn't figure it. I was so close, but I couldn't figure it out. So I said it was She's So High by Tal Bachman.
I was hoping that was on here somewhere.
Another classic. This one is actually Crazy in Love by Beyonce.
Oh, okay. Colleen's going to be angry. That's kind of our song. And
Wow.
Screwed that one up.
Yikes.
That's your song?
Well, we don't have a song, but that one, when we first started dating, we heard all the time, like as a, not an omen, but whatever you'd call it, like a, the opposite of an omen, a good omen.
So a good omen?
A good omen. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Number 8 was from 2011. How can I love when I'm afraid to fall, but watching you stand alone? What's this song?
Pitbull.
I said Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
I said Shake Your Ass by Juvenile.
Not Mystical?
Mystical, excuse me.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, incorrect. The answer we were looking for was 1,000 Years.
But watch yourself.
Shake.
Like Christina Perri is the artist there. I don't know that one.
Christina Perri. Okay. Yes.
Question number 9 was 2015. I'm hurting, baby. I'm broken down. What's this song?
Lil Nas X.
I said Kiss Me Again, but this time I said Ed Sheeran.
I said Everybody in the Club Getting Tipsy.
Oh, you guys, this was Sugar by Maroon 5.
Sugar.
Nah.
Classic. Last one, number 10 in 2010. You know, I never ask you to change. What is this song?
It's Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, so I said Level Tears Apart.
This is Mr. Bruno Mars, Just the Way You Are.
It is Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars.
Okay, after the swing round, it looks like Jeff picked up 10 points, so he's bringing his total to 40. Ken picked up 5 points, bringing his total to 45. And I picked up 30 points, bringing my total to 60. So we got 60 to 45 to 40.
BS.
I do feel like if I do very poorly and Neil does very well, that's very on brand for the holiday for the two of us.
That's true. Well, I mean, if it's pop culture stuff, I have a little bit of an advantage. But as you said, I still don't know as I said, I still don't know what the War of the Roses is. So
great. You guys ready for round 2?
Let's do it.
All right, question 1 in round 2. While love may be blind, the umpire who threw out Bobby Valentine certainly wasn't, as he saw right through his mustache and fake glasses disguise after returning to the bench after a previous ejection. Which National League team that began play in 1962 was Bobby Valentine managing at the time of this all-time baseball blooper?
All right. I'm in with a guess.
Me too.
So this one, I don't know if Coach Hands is still playing, which is Marcus Ellis from the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. But I was recently on the show, and there was a question that I thought was a link about wrestlers, because there was like a Valentine and there was a Nash or something like that. And I'm trying to remember who was the coach of the team, and I'm mixing it up because I know the retired numbers of the Yankees, like the first 10. And I can't remember if it was a Yankees manager or it was, National League, he said. So was this the Padres or I can't remember if the Angels are National League. No, they're not. They're American, I think. Oh, I'm so at a loss now.
You're on a sports trivia podcast?
I was on a sports trivia podcast. And,
as you can see, it was misguided.
I studied really hard for it, too. I didn't make any jokes because I studied really hard to be a good teammate. I remember Bobby Valentine. You know what? I'm going to lock in with the San Diego Padres.
Okay. I went just a little north of that, and I said, I know they played before that, but they started in the 50s or 60s in LA, so I said the LA Dodgers.
And I said the D-backs.
Well, you guys were all on the wrong side of the country. This was actually the New York Mets.
Oh, okay. Where Keith Hernandez got hit with some spit. Or no, I guess Newman
he was the spitter.
That's right. Newman and Kramer got hit with spit.
All right, we're going to move on
to
the
next
one.
That is one magical loogie.
All right, question 2. Unbeknownst to him at the time, William Shakespeare's classic tragedy, Romeo and Juliet, would inspire a tradition of writing letters to the famed heroine, often with stories of love and heartache. Each year, Juliet's secretaries read through each and respond, selecting one winner for the Cara Giulietta Award, the prize for which includes a trip to which city, the setting of Shakespeare's work.
I'm thinking of there's a movie called Letters to Juliet with Amanda Seyfried, where she finds letters. Shakespeare is usually in Verona. For the most part, I think it's a real city. I'm trying to think if there's a fake city in Verona. But yes, I'm just going to go with Verona.
I think you're probably right. I said Venice.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was real or not either, but I said Verona.
Well, it is a very real city, and it is the answer. So Verona was what we were looking for.
My downfall begins. Actually, it began with the swing round, but it continues.
The continued downfall.
Gravity is being a cruel, cruel mistress.
All right, question 3. You may know this woman from her 11th century wild ride, even though there is doubt the event actually took place. Who is this fabled woman who shares her name with a delightful Valentine's Day treat?
Yep, a note before that, and I definitely know it now. Mr. Toads, rest in peace. That ride is no longer around at Disney
what
World.
A shame. What a shame.
Yeah.
It's Winnie the Pooh now?
Something like that. I don't know. I definitely remember it from
I was on the Winnie the Pooh one.
My childhood as Mr. Toad Wild.
No, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is still there. We're on it.
At Disney World?
Are you sure?
Oh,
Disney
Disneyland.
World? We're talking Disney World.
Oh.
All right. So probably one of the better chocolate companies is Lady Godiva.
Yeah, I know the Beatles said the children were at her feet, and that's how I know Lady Godiva.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't think of that angle. I just went with Mary, Queen of Scots.
Oh, so close, Neil. No, it was Lady Godiva.
One of the chocolates, the Bloody Mary, is one of my favorites.
Mm.
Just a chocolate filled with a cherry that just oozes out when you bite into it.
There you go.
All right, question 4. The longest marriage in recorded history is 86 years according to Guinness Book of World Records. Traditional anniversary gifts go all the way up to 60 years. I want you to name me any combination of traditional gifts which add up to 80 years.
Any two that add up to 80 years, you said.
Yeah, I'm just going to lock in. I never remember these. I know they're in trivia all the time, like wood and wool or what the other ones are. So I'm just going to say...
Year 1 is paper.
Paper. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say silver and platinum. I have no idea.
I'm saying wood and diamond.
I said silver and gold because I think gold's 50, maybe? So I thought maybe silver was 30. I think it's probably 25, but whatever.
Okay, so your possible answers could be China and diamond for 20 and 60. Silver and emerald for 25 and 55. 30 is pearl and 50 is gold, so you could have pearl and gold. 35 and 45, coral and sapphire, or 2 rubies at 40 years apiece.
All right, question 5. Herbie the Love Bug has been warming the hearts of moviegoers since 1968. In 2005's Herbie Fully Loaded, this sometimes controversial actress buys Herbie from a scrapyard before various automobile hijinks ensue. She's much nicer in this one than the mean girl she played in the movie right before it.
We are locked in.
Was she one of the mean girls? Really?
Well, for a short period of time,
I guess she was, yeah.
Not initially. She had an arc of becoming a mean girl, but then becoming back to normal.
It wasn't like the name of their club. It was the name of the movie.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm locked in as well. Yeah, Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, I think Lindsay went and fetched that from the graveyard. So we said, I said Lindsay.
Lindsay Lohan, yeah.
And the answer is Lindsay Lohan.
Now, which one of, was it her or her twin that was in Mean Girls?
Maybe they recorded this at the same time.
Looks like after the first 5 questions in the second round, the scores are getting closer. Ken is at 65, Jeff is at 70, and I'm at 80. So we're all right there for the taking here.
Yeah, it looks like round 2 is playing a little easier than round 1, which is good. You guys feeling a little better about yourselves, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, question 6. Looking for love in the 90s was a lot more difficult than it is today. You had to actually go out and talk to people in person. Or you could turn to MTV's Singled Out. The dating show was originally hosted by Jenny McCarthy and this man, who go on to become a trailblazer in the field of talking about a TV show for an hour.
I can lock in.
I just said Carson Daly because he was all over the place.
Oh, I almost said Carson Daly, but then the talking about a TV show for an hour rings more true for Chris Hardwick.
Ah.
I also went with Chris Hardwick.
And the answer was Chris Hardwick.
Is that because he hosted like Talking
Thrones and Talking Dead? Yeah.
All right, moving on to question 7. When making Valentine's Day plans, one of the last people you would want to invite is this heartbreaker of a wrestler. He is usually okay to bring around come March and April when he is known to rise to the occasion as Mr. WrestleMania.
Guess who wrote that question?
I can lock in over here.
Was it Jane? Fingers crossed.
I have a guess.
Jane's long and storied wrestling career.
Oh, it looks like I'm right.
Really?
From looking at Neil's paper.
That means I'm probably wrong again. I just said Heartbreak Hogan.
I went with the man with the luxurious long hair, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I believe Heartbreaker's in his song. It's the pose that Jeff does every time we record when he does his, I don't know what you call this, but you show the
flex.
guns and then you do like a lunge. See, I said Shawn Michaels.
Yep, the answer is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I knew his bit at least was like being the like romantic boy.
Yeah, he always had like sunglasses and earrings and weird leather jackets.
You know, the romantic boy, like everybody says.
He'd ride in on a horse, rose in his teeth.
What would you say? What's a better way to say? Like
sweetheart.
Lothario?
Like a Lothario, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But who would kick you in the face?
Would kick,
He's
drop kick you in the head.
not a boy toy.
No, definitely not.
It was in his theme song. And we did have someone answer Bad Bunny, which I appreciate.
They're just pandering at that point. They know who I am.
Points for Bad Bunny, obviously. All right, we got my wrestling question out of the way, so thank you everyone for indulging me for a little bit. Moving on to the next question, question 8. When I think of romantic desserts, red velvet cake comes to mind. Contrary to some people's opinion, red velvet is not red because of food coloring. Instead, it's a result of a chemical reaction of which 3 key ingredients?
I don't actually know what's in red velvet. I've eaten it plenty of times, but
Isn't there
I'm gonna lock in and let these guys talk.
chocolate, blood? Wasn't there wasn't there
They don't
blood
put
in
blood
like
in.
old recipes?
Blood
like the
pudding.
original anyways.
I mean, I've had
Chocolate, beet juice,
beet juice. I like it.
and sugar.
I don't think it's right,
Okay.
so I'll just steal that answer.
That's fine.
I'm only thinking of this from the British baking show stuff that I watch, but I have a feeling it's like vinegar.
Cardamom, because there's always cardamom.
There's always cardamom. Vinegar, milk of some kind. I don't know if you have
Of
to
the
be more
poppy.
specific. Vinegar, milk, and cocoa. No, wait, not cocoa powder. Would it be
Cocoa Puffs.
cocoa powder? Yeah, I'll say cocoa powder, milk, or buttermilk and vinegar.
Is that all 3 of you?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, the answer I'm looking for was buttermilk, vinegar, and cocoa powder. So Neil got it right.
I'm finally, learning
Neal.
something from all the baking shows I'm watching, even though I can't bake.
All you gotta do is try.
I did make some scones, Paul Hollywood scones that are on YouTube. Very easy. But Colleen and I put the wrong type of sugar in them, so they did not taste great.
Which type did you put in?
We put in, it needed castor sugar, and we put in...
The hell is castor sugar?
It's like a British type of sugar, I guess, but I put in, what did we put in? We put in not dusting sugar.
Powdered
sugar?
Yeah.
Oh, you
powdered
can't do that.
Yeah, it was not good. It looked nice, but it was not good.
I'm surprised how many people think that there are beets in red velvet cake.
Maybe in a
lot of
vegan,
people
right?
putting beets.
Vegan version, maybe?
Perhaps.
Well, there you go.
How many people answered blood?
Several, actually.
How many people have had blood in their cake?
Clifford.
Blood cake? Oh. All right. Question number 9. According to various studies, teachers are the biggest recipients of Valentines, which I assume extends to tutors, and they have this king to thank who officially declared February 14th St. Valentine's Day in the 16th century.
Now, if only I knew who the Tudor kings were anyways. But I don't.
Was that a clue?
So I'm going to just say Henry VIII.
I also said Henry VIII. 1500s, I think that's got to be my guess.
I hope my bake-off knowledge is correct because they always talk about Tudors. They make Tudor cakes almost every season. Henry VIII was obsessed with his pastries.
So British.
And they make cakes that he used to eat, so I'm going with Henry VIII.
That show is outrageously British.
Mm-hmm.
All right. After doing some research, it looks like I should click on one more link. The answer I had was King Henry VII, but it's being reported that it's King Henry VIII, so I am accepting both 7th and 8th. I think that they work together to make Valentine's Day.
I don't think kings do that.
They wouldn't have been king at the same time, that's for sure.
So technically correct is 8th, but 7th and 8th will be acceptable for purposes of the live answers.
We'll have to do a little digging, but
Right, so
8th
sounds correct.
8th is interesting because that would be a Catholic saint, and that would have been before he split with the church then, so that must have been love letters he was writing to Anne Boleyn before he's like, nah, I need out.
Thank you for adding confusion to the
Well, we're
already
doing a live
confused.
game, so I wanted to make this as complicated as possible and just really make it hard on myself. Question 10. Despite reviews that would normally not have people speeding to the theater, the movie Valentine's Day made over $200 million. This actress was probably regretting turning down the proposal of a lead role that eventually went to Julia Roberts.
I'm locked
Who
in.
is this actress? Oh.
I'm locked in as well.
I have no idea. Is the hint the proposal?
One of
Sandra
them.
Bullock would be my guess then.
Jane says I put too many clues in.
There's also the speed hint in there as well, Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure like Ken, I went Sandra Bullock.
I said Sandra
If
Bullock.
you asked me about my perfect date, then I would have known it. Okay, so I said Sandra Bullock.
Would you believe that I originally had a miscongeniality clue as well?
I do believe
I
that.
believe it as well, yeah.
Just in case. But yeah, Sandra Bullock is the answer. Great job on picking up on my many clues that got you there.
Going into the final round, the scores are Jeff picked up 20 points the second half there, bringing his total to 90 to wager with. Ken picked up 30 points, bringing his wager to 95. And I picked up 50 points, bringing my total to 130. So we need to hear those final round categories to see how we're going to wager.
All right. Your final round categories are My Chemical Romance, Guns N' Roses, Heart, Meet Me at the Altar, and Kiss.
Love these categories, by the way.
Our wagers are now in, so let's go ahead and get the questions.
All right. In My Chemical Romance, modern science breaks down romantic love into 3 categories: lust, attraction, and attachment. The brain releases which 2 hormones during the attachment phase? In Guns N' Roses, well, this is a Valentine's Day game, so of course we're going to ask a St. Valentine's Day massacre question. It's rumored that on February 14th, 1929, members of the North Side Gang were slain on the orders of Al Capone. Which weapon did they use to deliver this message? In Heart, the first ever heart-shaped box of chocolates was crafted by which chocolatier? In Meet Me at the Altar, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, the most expensive wedding of all time occurred in 2004 and cost a paltry $55 million. If you were lucky enough to get an invite, you would meet Venetia Matal and Amit Bhatia at the altar in which French town? If you stuck around after the wedding is over, you might have caught the Congress of France gathering to vote on constitutional revisions at the Chateau. In Kiss, when people talk about dynasties over the past 20 years, you hear about the New England Patriots and the Spurs winning at both the beginning and the twilight of Tim Duncan's career. You rarely hear about this dynamic duo, however, who won the MTV Movie Award for Best Kiss 4 years in a row, setting a record that I'm sure is unlikely to be beaten anytime soon.
All right. Those are the questions. We'll think about these and we'll be right back. And the answers are now in. Let's see how it all works out for us. Hopefully we can take Neal down a peg, right? Jeff? Jeff, hello?
I'll try.
Jeff?
I was not hopeful, so.
All right. Well, in the category of My Chemical Romance, I'm looking for those 2 hormones released during the attachment phase. What do you guys have?
I said 2 hormones that I could definitely use more of, oxytocin and dopamine.
I wagered 5 points.
I wagered 10. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh, no problem. I wagered 5 points, and I just said Belky and Larry because I had no idea.
What is that?
From Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers, yeah. I wagered 10. I think dopamine. I'm pretty sure when you're can't believe I'm falling in love is oxytocin, but that's what I guessed too. So.
Well, dopamine is correct, but the other one we were looking for was norepinephrine.
Oh, norepinephrine. I had that on my list with serotonin as well as possibles.
All right. In Guns N' Roses, which weapon were they using?
All right. For another 10 points, I'm going to say the Thompson, also known as the Tommy gun.
Yep. For 5 points, I said it was the Chicago typewriter, which is also known as the Tommy gun.
Yep. I agree. Thompson submachine gun.
It's the Chicago typewriter, see?
That's my favorite nickname of anything. It's so good.
You guys were definitely 100% there. Moving on to Heart. Who made that first heart-shaped box?
For another 10 points, another Chicago question, I'm going to say Fannie Mae.
Yeah, I went another 5 points, conservative. I was between Fannie Mae and Cadbury because I don't know the story, and I figured Fannie Mae was... I knew a little bit about Fannie Mae, so I went Cadbury.
Yeah, I wagered 10 on this one. Originally, I had Nirvana, but then I switched it to Fannie Mae.
Oh, the answer was Cadbury.
Neal.
Figured Matt would trick us with a non-Chicago one.
He knows his love. We can't beat the man at his own game.
All right, in Meet Me at the Altar, I'm looking for that little French town with the chateau.
For 10 points, I said Versailles.
Yeah, for 5 points, my gut said Versailles and just went with it.
Yeah, we believe the palace was at Versailles, so for 10, I said Versailles.
All wrong.
And Versailles is correct.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's Palace at Versailles, which is where the palace gets its name from.
All right, and wrapping it up with Kiss. Who was this dynamic duo known for their propensity for kissing?
All right, for my last 10 points, I said it's got to be Batman and Princess Diana, also known as Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart.
I went 10 points on this one because I was hoping it'd be about a kiss. Very quickly, my favorite Robert Pattinson story was that he was getting stalked by someone, and instead of complaining or calling the police, he invited them out on a date. And true story, he bored them with his life, and they never called him again. So I said Robert Pattinson and Kristen
purpose,
Stewart.
On purpose, or he was just that boring.
Well, on purpose. He just complained of things that his life stunk about or whatever, and they just didn't like that, and they stopped calling him.
Yeah. For 10 points, I remember the juggernaut that was at least 4 stupid Twilight films. So I said R. Pats and K-Stew.
K-Stew.
I want to give you no points for that, but I will because the answer was Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart.
All right. Well, with that, I brought my score all the way up to 105, Neil.
It's pretty close. What about you, Jeff?
I added 30, so whatever that is.
Not enough.
120.
I think today's cream of the crop.
For the first time in my life, I bet conservative. I picked up 20, bringing my total to 150.
Neil, you're today's cream of the crop.
On balance, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are.
Well done, Neil.
Thank you.
But the real cream of the crop today are those who tuned into our live stream and played with us on Triv Now. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone for understanding any technical difficulties. It was the first time we tried it just to get a lay of the land. But a huge thank you to Matt and Jane for putting this all together. Thank you for writing the game.
I think this is the right one. There we go. Almost hit the wrong one.
Did it.
Thank you so much.
Doesn't make any sense. Why is the green button a sad noise?
Oh, geez, Jeff will not leave it alone. You're welcome. It was so great to write this game. Thanks, everyone, for playing. The winners of the Triv Now live stream were No Better Social Distancing, continuing their dynasty run of online trivia. I feel like they win every single one that we go into. In second place was the NFL Diversity Council, and I choose you to be third. Great job to everyone who played along and putting up with our numerous technical difficulties
and antics on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks again to Jane for kind of running the tech side of things. Sounds like you helped Matt out quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I want to do this professionally. That's for sure. I was like, man, this is hard.
Well, we'll bring a professional in to help us out.
Consultant.
Next time. Yeah, a consultant.
Jason,
maybe
Jason.
maybe your brother.
Yeah,
somebody who knows.
We can do that. And we saw all the comments on Twitch, and we thank everyone for being very understanding for any hiccups that we had, and not throwing what would you call it? I was going to say meatballs, but that's not a term.
Shade.
For throwing shade. Yeah, no shade coming at us.
A lot of positivity despite some technical glitches. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate that, especially for a free game that comes out every week.
And that'll do it. So Matt, you want to take us out here?
That's you.
Yes, I want to do that.
Take us out, Matt. And then after we're off the air, take me out.
All right. Okay, so thank you again, everyone who tuned in, and thanks again to Ken, Neil, Jeff, Jane. I was Matt. That was Valentine's Triviality.
Good luck, everybody. I hope I explained the rules right. Otherwise, this has just been a complete and total disaster. So